Hey there, horror fans. It's your buddy Phil here. What is going on, internet people? Just give me a couple seconds here, sharing out the stream. You know. All right. Get some coffee in me. We got Don Double L. What's up, Phil? What's up, Don? Hope you're doing good today. Robbie Richards is in the house. He says, sup, Phil? Q's Reviews. Hey, Phil and all. What's up, Q? David has joined. Well, hello, Phil. Q says, like and shared. Happy face. Thank you so much, Quentin. You are amazing. Amazing. You're so amazing. You're amazing. True story. So I usually don't check my sub count, but I checked it today and I am 30 subs away from 2K subs. So I want to thank all my subscribers, new and old, for subbing to my channel. I hope you enjoy good horror content like I try and give to you all. And yeah, thanks for the support. And wow, 30 more to go. And I'd also like to thank all my super chatters who have ever gave me a super chat. It helps out on my channel. So thank you to all the super chatters. Star Trekker Music is in the house. He says, thumbs up, Phil. Fun show. Thank you, Star. You're awesome. Everyone go sub to Star Trekker. Shar is in the house. She says, good morning, everyone. Blackheart. What's up, Shar? Hope you're doing well today and staying safe. MK Gaming has arrived. LOL. Everyone here is a mod. Pretty much. You get to know me. You'll become a mod. Q's Reviews says, that's awesome, Phil, brother. You will get it in no time. You got an awesome channel. Thank you. David says, not everyone, LOL. MK Gaming, do you want to be a mod? All right, MK Gaming's a mod. Don't abuse your privileges. Q's Reviews says, hey everyone, happy face. MK Gaming says, nice collection, Phil. Thank you. Everyone loves all of my stuff. I know I can't really show it off very well with my laptop, but that is the breaks. Sean Sr. says, what's up all? Wave. David says, yay, now we are all one happy moderator family. Yes, we are. Q's Review says, hey, Sean. Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean. MK Gaming says, thank you. I'm a mod for Nightmare Script. He does horror videos too. Yeah, I do horror videos too. And I'm supposed to be getting a Blu-ray today delivered. I don't know who's delivering it. With Amazon these days, they usually use a sublet company called, what are they called? I do not know what they are called. I did watch some good movies this week. I watched the Monastery Collection, which I truly enjoyed. A lot of people were talking good stuff about that. I know Quentin said it was good, and he wasn't lying. And then I watched a fun kind of horror, what would I call it? Horror romance. Horror romance comedy. The Mortuary Collection, the Monastery Collection. It's Monastery, Mortuary, I don't know. It's the something collection. And then the one which is a horror comedy romance is called Spontaneous. And I believe it's on Netflix, not too sure, but yeah, fun movie about people in a high school in the senior class exploding. So everyone in this town's exploding with no reason whatsoever. It was definitely a fun ride. I have not seen Tales from the Hood 3 yet, but I've watched like the first 5 minutes and then the stream kept buffering or screwing up. So I saw the Tony Todd intro. But looking forward to where that one goes. Paul Phoenix is in the house. He says, yo, yo. Steven is in the house. He says, what's up? Paul is in the house. Like the cooked crack. Back like cooked crack. Yeah, you're back like cooked crack. I get it. MK Gaming, it's good. I will have to check it out for sure. Star says, love the cursed horror movie series on Shudder. Yes, I watched all of those. The other thing that got released, I believe, to Netflix is more brand new Unsolved Mysteries episodes. So I will have to catch up on my Unsolved Mysteries. Paul says, I watched Host last night on Shudder, was great. Paul says, check that one. Host. Got it. Deefy from Germany. He says, Joe. What's up, Deefy from Germany? Welcome. Glad you could make it. David says, I watched a vamp movie with the missus. Byzantium. It was so. Byzantium. Probably I've seen that, I want to say. Title sounds really familiar. Byzantium. Paul says Host 2020, not the Korean movie. I do own the Korean Host movie with the killer river monster. Have that on DVD in the foreign collection. Paul says, anyone watched all the 50 States of Fright episodes? No, I have not. But I'm going to go through these just so I can file them. And the first two are very old. Old being I got them a long time ago, just haven't filed them. This one is definitely, it's been on my shelf for over a year now. Was a 2012 movie, I want to say. Yeah. I definitely remember Byzantium. Byzantium. Snowtown Murders on Shudder was really good, not really horror, very disturbing. Paul says that. Paul says the Mortuary Collection was fun. Yes, it was. Guys having babies. Ugh, it was horrible. This comes from my good friend Joseph over at Your Geeky Neighbor. Go check out Your Geeky Neighbor on YouTube. We did a trade box probably like 2 years ago now, and this was in it, and I don't know why I haven't filed it yet. But it is an oldie but a goodie, Creature from the Black Lagoon. You get the 3D, you get the 2D. Creature from the Black Lagoon. And you got it restored in high def. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Universal Monsters, perfectly blending Universal's classic monster heritage with the science fiction explosion of the 1930s. Creature from the Black Lagoon tells the mythical story of a dangerous half-human, half-fish creature lurking in the depths of the Amazon. After discovering a unique prehistoric claw fossil on an expedition deep in the jungle, archaeologists investigate its origins, which lead them directly to a mysterious creature. Led by marine life specialist David Reed, the men try to capture the monster, who has become obsessed with David's assistant, Kay. Originally released in 3D, this thrilling adventure inspired sequels, TV series, and more that continue to strengthen the monster's legacy to this day. I have watched this on 2D, haven't checked it out on 3D yet. I'm sure I will at some point just to see it in 3D. But yeah, Creature from the Black Lagoon, everybody knows that. MK Gaming says new Creepshow series is good too. Q's Reviews says in 4 days the animated Creepshow special comes out on Shudder. Cannot wait. I'm excited for that. Paul says new Creepshow sucks in my opinion. Paul says wasted opportunity to do something great. MK Gaming says I'll be watching the new Creepshow. Quentin says that's an amazing Creature from the Black Lagoon edition. Yeah, I checked it out in 2D, like regular HD, and it looks amazing. The picture's pristine. Quentin says, I like the show, had its ups and downs. I understand if not everyone liked it. MK Gaming says, I need to get Shudder and check it out. I have 200 digital horror movies I bought. Very cool. Very, very cool. This next one is another one I got a long time ago, probably a couple years now. Don't know why I've never filed it. It's just been sitting on my shelf, but it will get filed. And it's actually a limited edition of some sort. It is a wintry movie, Don't Go to the Reunion. And you have the axe coming down on what looks to be a Hamilton High yearbook. And it's limited to 200, and I have number 22 out of 200. And it says, Scott Ranson is a horror movie loving misfit who is teased by the popular students in school. When a date with the very popular and very beautiful Erica Carpenter backfires, he feels as though his life is ruined. 10 years later, the gang reunite for their class reunion. Little do they know that someone is waiting for them and ready to see that they pay for what they did. Is Scott back for revenge, or will the old gang survive to tell the tale? It'll be more gore for class of 04. Comes with a whole slew of extras, commentary, interview, making of, behind the scenes, tribute to 80s slashers. Yeah, Don't Go to the Reunion. I don't remember a lot about this. It is the unrated version. don't go to the reunion. That's an amazing creature from the Black Lagoon edition. Thank you, Q. Q says, I like the show. Read that already. Paul says, Shudder is pretty good. Not a lot of content, but some of the originals are very good. I agree with that. Paul says, Shudder originals. Paul says, if you are thinking of going into this house, don't. Paul says, if you are thinking of opening that door, don't. David says, don't go to the reunion. Solid advice. I agree with that. Quentin says, LOL, David. And I still have to do your tag video. I was going to do that today. Hopefully I will get around to doing it. But I really want to slam the ball out of the park with that video. So I'm going to try and put a little thought behind it. Don't torture a duckling, Paul says. Are you reading my mind right now? Because Don't Torture a Duckling is in my recent Blu-ray pickups pile that I'm showing off today. Dun dun dun! Paul Phoenix, mind reader extraordinaire. Don't Look Now. MK Gaming, nice Freddy Cup. Thank you, thank you. Paul says, Don't Look Now is so overrated. Yes, I like Don't Look Now. That is Donald Sutherland and a little person. It's a little person. All right. I got my coffee in me. The plane, boss. The plane. All right, where were we? Cause wasting money. Are you still wasting money, Cause? He says, hey, Phil, Void Films, welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. They say hi. MK Gaming says, what's your top 10 horror movies, Phil? I'd have to write a list. I love all horror movies. Exorcist is my #1 horror movie. Jason Lives is in there. What else? Halloween original, Nightmare on Elm Street original. There's 5. DTN2 horror, Evil Dead. DTN2 horror. I watched American Psycho last night for the very first time. It wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I got to return some videotapes. Q's Reviews says, good old Knick Knack, almost the same character as in Fantasy Island, LOL. Paul says you should be demodded for that at DTN2 Horror. Just kidding. Just kidding. Can't demod. I should demod Paul just for saying that. That's it, Paul. You're demodded. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, this movie was a bonus on the anniversary edition of Halloween 2. Feature-length documentary that was a special feature on Halloween 2 anniversary edition. Can anyone guess what it is in 10 seconds? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I watched a bunch of Mario Bava movies in the last 3 weeks. I'm a fan of Mario Bava for sure. It is not the thing. Geek Out Cinema says, I also wasn't a big fan of American Psycho the first time I watched it. I watched it for a second time recently and enjoyed it more. It might be one of those movies to grow on you. Alexander Pinedo, welcome, welcome, welcome. What, no Diet Coke today? Is there? Yeah, there is. Diet Coke. Here it is. Hi there, Phil. How do you really spend Halloween 31? Watching horror movies or trick-or-treating? I watch horror movies. I work until 5. I will come home. I will probably end up watching the original Halloween first. Then I will watch Trick or Treat. And then I'll probably go on with Cody and them on the Coast to Coast live stream. Coast to Coast live stream Halloween edition. That sounds like a lot of fun. Paul says Mario Bava is great. I would agree with that. David says The Thing. Nope. Hugh says The Fog. Nope. Paul says The Witches remake is out. Lib Creeps Gaming says, hi, what is up? Welcome to my channel. Andrew says, I just got on YouTube to see what's new and saw your live stream. Got really excited, lol. Thank you, Andrew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Paul says Trick or Treat so great. Can't wait to rewatch Trick or Treat. Paul says, where's the sequel? I'm sure Corona put kind of a crimp in it. David says the original Halloween. Nope, it is. The documentary Terror in the Isles, hosted by Donald Pleasance and Laura Allen, or Nancy Allen, sorry. Terror in the Isles, a special feature on the Halloween 2 disc. If you have not watched this documentary from the 80s, definitely check it out. Lots of good things in here. It is from 1984. Terror in the Isles is a roller coaster ride through the most terrifying moments from over 70 of Hollywood's greatest chillers. Donald Pleasance and Nancy Allen are the hosts of this blood-curdling journey through a collection of horror classics like Psycho, Jaws, Poltergeist, Alien, Bride of Frankenstein, The Exorcist, Halloween, and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But really good documentary. It all takes place in a movie theater, packed movie theater. Kind of goes into what scares us and what have you. Donald Pleasance, great host, kind of doing a narration between the movie clips from the various movies that it does show off. So if you have a copy of Halloween 2, that I believe is the anniversary edition, this comes as a bonus special feature on that disc. But I do have that edition, but I did want the standalone version of this documentary. It also comes with the alternative television cut of this movie, which has all different movie scenes in it than the original cut. So basically 2 very different movies on one disc, both documentaries on what makes us scared, and you know, you have the footage from all the classic movies, so really fun watch. The original Halloween note. Paul says the director has a pumpkin video on Shudder. Nothing happens for like an hour. Okay. Paul says Terror in the Aisles of my supermarket. Okay. No toilet paper. MK Gaming, I like to watch All Hallows Eve on Halloween. That's a good one. Andrew says, where did you get that copy? I got it at my store, Sunrise Records, which is, I believe, Canadian only, not too sure. David says, I hear they shot that documentary 6 times. Probably. Q's Reviews says, LMAO DT. I feel tired today, guys. I'm all tired. I need more sleep. So I will probably end up becoming one with the couch and throwing in, hopefully, the Blu-ray that is going to get delivered to me by the end of this live stream. Let's hope for a delivery. I shot this documentary 6 times! 6 times! Q's review says, eh. I finally picked up the new Scream Factory, John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. Love those 3 guys. They're cool. Big Trouble in Little China. Brand new, double disc, Scream Factory, yada yada. You know the drill. I should reverse my artwork though, just to be cool. Because I don't want to look at the same picture twice. Now you have new and old artwork on the Big Trouble in Little China. And I'm going to read this off here because it's a little bit bigger. I went and got my eyes tested first thing this morning, and my eyes are good. But I tell you, with this small writing, it's bad. Kurt Russell stars as Jack Burton, a tough-talking truck driver whose life goes into a supernatural tailspin when his best friend's fiancée is kidnapped in John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. Jack suddenly finds himself in a murky, danger-filled world beneath San Francisco's Chinatown, where Lo Pan, a 2,000-year-old magician, mercilessly rules an empire of spirits. Facing down a host of unearthly terrors, Jack battles through Lo Pan's dark domain in a full-throttle, action-riddled ride to rescue the girl. Also starring James Hahn, Kim Cattrall, and Dennis Dunn, this special effects-filled spectacle is a non-stop thrill ride to an incredible finish. That's Big Trouble in Little China. Everybody knows that movie. Paul says, amazing movie, I agree. Q says, sweet pickup, Phil. Love Big Trouble in Little China. Thank you, thank you. Sean says, love that movie. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Q says, the exploding scene at the end was fantastic. I'll agree with that. Terry, what's up? Peace to Terry. Everyone go sub to Terry Shields. His channel is very, very good. He does a lot of, you know, he'll get a figure and then he'll do a repaint and like show the progress, and he finds really, really cool items. Love Terry's channel. Wish he'd put out more content. Lib Creeps Gaming says, have you seen the horror Eli? I've seen the Book of Eli. Eli, yeah, that's like a ghost story thing. I'm pretty sure I've watched Eli. Paul says, I think the only John Carpenter movie I haven't seen is Dark Star. I have seen Dark Star, and it is very, very cool. David says, Phil Borat. Eli on Netflix, terrible, LOL. Paul says, love Carpenter. Q says, Phil Borat, indeed, LOL. Lib Creeps Gaming says, yep, it's on Netflix. I enjoyed it. Green Pyramid says, The Colony 2013 film. Not very popular, and many do not know, but movie is very cool. That's the one where it's like the polar ice has moved in and everywhere is snow covered, and they try and get from one place to another place, but the humans have mutated into cannibals, and it was pretty good. Colony. I like that. Steven says I wasn't a big fan of Big Trouble in Little China or Escape from New York, but I love John Carpenter. That is acceptable. Lib Creeps Gaming says I love John Carpenter's Vampires. I do as well. I just recently picked up the new Scream Factory's release of that on Blu-ray. It was an upgrade from a DVD. Ross has joined, and Ross says, I rewatched Eden Lake the other day. Movie was fucking awesome. I do like Eden Lake. I have that on DVD. Terry Shields says, thanks for the kind words. Hey, Terry, I give credit where credit is due. Keep pumping out them videos and giving us great content. Please do. Quentin says, the conversation at the end of John Carpenter's Vampires between the priest and James Woods, it is hilarious. I remember that. Lib Creeps says, do you love The Lost Boys? I love it enough to own it on Blu-ray and its two lesser sequels. The Lost Boys. DTN2 Horse says, we were discussing Carpenter last night during Red Rum Records live stream. Not everything he did was gold, but that's okay. Green Pyramid says, Lost Boys is classic. First film is the best. I believe it's David that has the Cult Classics Lost Boys David. Maybe correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but the Cult Classics Lost Boys David figure, it's awesome. Awesome. And whoever mentioned this, the psychic in the chat, don't torture a duckling. A Lucio Fulci movie. Not one of his best. Not one of his best, but it is definitely okay. I was glad to get this on Saturday at my local Sunrise. They had a 40% off sale on all Arrow titles. You know how expensive Arrow titles are, so 40% off. I got this for a steal. It does come with a booklet. A booklet with write-ups, discussions, etc. on Don't Torture a Duckling. I am going to reverse the cover art because I don't want to look at the same picture twice. Non si savizia un paperino. AKA Don't Torture a Duckling. From Lucio Fulci, the godfather of gore, comes one of the most powerful and unsettling giallo thrillers ever produced, his 1972 masterpiece, Don't Torture a Duckling. When the sleepy rural village of Akundura is rocked by a series of murders of young boys, the superstitious locals are quick to apportion blame, with the suspects including the local witch, Marciera. With the bodies piling up and the community gripped by panic and a thirst for bloody vengeance, two outsiders, city journalist Andrea and spoilt rich girl Patrizia, team up to crack the case, but before the mystery is solved, more blood will have been spilled, and not all of it belonging to innocents. Deemed shocking at the time for its brutal violence, depiction of the Catholic Church, and themes of child murder and pedophilia. Don't Torture a Duckling is widely regarded today as Fulci's greatest film. I would argue that, rivaling the best of his close rival Dario Argento Arrow Video is proud to present this uniquely chilling film in its US high-definition debut. Finally picked up Don't Torture a Duckling. Still had the slipcover. This came out a while ago. 40% off at the store. Couldn't resist. Don't torture a duckling. That took a lot of voice. Green Pyramid says Lost Boys is classic. First film is best. David says David has David. Okay. Lib Creeps Gaming says Green Pyramid. I agree. Also, David is my fave. Green Pyramid says yes, figure is cool. Paul says nice. Andrew says have to get back to life, guys. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for swinging on by today, Andrew. You are amazing. Quentin says the David figure is freaking awesome. I agree with that. I do not have it. Man, I don't have it. David says her will make an appearance on my channel this Sunday. Okay. DTN2 Horror says as part of my 13 Nights of Terror. Ross says The Lost Boys Forever Heart. Q says I really enjoyed Don't Torture a Duckling. Just wish that the movie was in English. I did have to watch it with subtitles. Original mono, Italian, and English soundtracks. So it's kind of like half in English, half in Italian, if that makes sense. But you have to have your subs on the whole time. Lib Creeps Gaming says, who's your favorite slasher? That would have to be Jason Voorhees. Ross says, Myers all the way. Quentin says, if you guys get a chance to watch They Live Inside Us, do it. It's freaking awesome. A great Halloween anthology. I did watch They Live Inside Us. I like that one. David says, thanks at the Q's Reviews for the suggestion. Q says, not a problem, David. I will be having a review of it up soon. George has entered into the fun. He says, hi, Phil, watching from work. Hey, man, if you'd rather watch me than work, then go right ahead. Horror Digest has entered into the fun as well. They say, how's it going, Phil? It is going super good. Passed my eye exam this morning with flying colors. Didn't even have to study for it. Just went in there and read some letters, and 1's better than 4 and 2's better than 5. You all know an eye test. So passed with flying colors. I can see clearly now. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Where are we here? Paul says there's a dubbed version. I have to rewatch it then. David says I meant he, David, not her. Steven says, I have an extra Cult Classics Neck of Lost Boys David figure if anyone wants one. Me. Yeah, message me, Steven. Lib Creeps Gaming says mine is Pennywise. Paul says that boy has the devil in his eyes. That's true. Ben says, just watch the Witches remake. Pretty good, but bad CGI. DTN2 Horror coming in with a $4.99 soup. A super chat. Thank you so much, David. Awesome. I really appreciate that. You have no idea. Gotta say that Phil is one of my favorite horror collectors. He has the best collectibles. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for that super chat, David. I really, really do appreciate that. Quentin says, was the original better, Ben? Oh, the Witches, yeah. Phil has the best t-shirts. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wearing some Creep Show today. you got the creep front and center, you got the moon, you got a mountain, you got a clock, watch. Oh yeah. Creep show. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to do it, a t-shirt collection video, an updated t-shirt collection video. The last one I showed off my 30 horror t-shirts that I have in my collection. And this time I'm going to show off the probably 80 to 100 plus t-shirts I now have in my collection. So stay tuned to my channel, t-shirt collection video coming up soon. It's gonna happen. Q's Review says, love the original. MK Gaming says, Creep Show! Q's Review says, hell yeah, brother, you got the Creep Show happening. Paul says, no Blind Dead t-shirt. I do not have a Blind Dead t-shirt, but I do have the Coffin Box collection. MK Gaming says, part 2 is the best, Old Chief Woodenhead. There's also, on a side note, a part 5 Blind Dead movie coming out soon. So part 5 Blind Dead movie. Nothing really to do, it looks like, with the first 4, and it's been so long since they came out, and I'm pretty sure it's a different director. But yeah, new Blind Dead movie coming out. Part 2 is the best, Old Chief Woodenhead. I like part 2 a lot. Paul says, I saw Blind Dead figure. Yeah, a UK company did a little bust of the Blind Dead that I've been meaning to get, but their site's been down for maintenance for quite a while now. A mini, that sounds cool, says Sean. Paul says, I watched Random Acts of Violence on Shudder the other night. Good concept. Horror Digest coming in with $1.99. Soup. A super chat. Thank you so much, Horror Digest. Not much, but here you go, Phil. Thank you. Every little bit helps go back into the collection. Paul says, Old Chief Woodenhead is my favorite story in that. Yeah, I like Old Chief Woodenhead a lot. My favorite story in part 2 has got to be The Raft. So it probably for me goes The Raft, Woodenhead, and The Hitchhiker. MK Gaming says same. Same. The Raft is awesome. I agree with that. This just came in the mail probably about a week ago. Christian Hannah Horror did a review of this on his channel less than a week ago. Make sure to go check out his review of this disc. Christian Hannah Horror. Go sub his channel. He is awesome. Good review of this movie that he just did on his channel. You can go watch it. It is from Sean S. Cunningham, same director as the original Friday the 13th. And it is Deep Star 6. This and Leviathan back in the day were my 2 underwater monster movies go-tos. But I did watch Leviathan probably a little more than Deep Star 6, the lesser of the 2 in my opinion. Still a really, really fun watch. I'm going to flip the cover art now and get the new cover art front and center, so I don't have to look at the same picture twice. Here you go, guys. Deep Star 6. Sorry about the glare. And also, on a side note, the Leviathan Blu-ray from Screen Factory is now out of print. So if you see the Leviathan, the Blu-ray for Leviathan out in the open, make sure to buy it because it is now out of print. Not all aliens come from space. From producer-director Sean S. Cunningham, the creator of the Friday the 13th and House films, comes this action-packed underwater sci-fi thriller starring Taurine Black, Nancy Everhard, Greg Evigan, Miguel Ferrer, Matt McCoy, Nia Peebles, Cindy Pickett, and Marius Wares. For below the surface of the unforgiving sea, the daring crew of Deep Star 6 are explorers in a forbidding world of impenetrable darkness and unimaginable pressure. They have evaded into icy fathoms into which no human has ever ventured. Their mission is to establish a top-secret Navy base on the ocean floor. But something's down there, and the crew of the Deep Star 6 are about to make a startling discovery. There's no escape from the terror of the deep. Deep Star 6 will plunge you into the depths of fear. Save your last breath to scream. There you go, guys. Brand new. This came out from Kino Lorber. So I ordered this from Diabolic DVD. They have it on their site. But if you want to order this, Kino Lorber, make sure to go and order. MK Gaming says, what do you guys think about the Newsstand TV series coming out? I haven't really seen too much on it yet. I don't even think I've watched the trailer, but I will have to. Terry Shields says, gee whiz, got to go. You're the best. Stay cool, my friend. Take care, Terry. Everyone make sure to go sub to Terry Shields. Awesome channel. Q's Review says, Deep Star 6 is a fantastic film. Really enjoyed this. Also like Leviathan and The Abyss. Those are my favorite to watch in a row. Yep, The Abyss is always good. Quentin says, take care, Terry. Sinister says, yo, what's up, Glenn? Thank you for stopping by. Quentin says, hi, Glenn, bro. Paul Phoenix coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Paul. You have no idea what that means. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that's a pound sign. I'm just going to put an L with a stroke through it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He says, frying tonight. Thank you so much, Paul, once again, for the $10 pound euro super chat. You're amazing. I love that. Horror Fan Dad has entered into the fun. He says, hello to all my horror fan friends in the Phil's chat room. Thank you so much for stopping by, Horror Fan Dad. Always good to have you in the chat. David says, hey, Horror Fan Dad. Q says, hey, Ricky. Happy face. Dad says, hi, Q. Dad says, hello, David. Phoenix says, yup. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Paul. You have no clue. Get ready for this one, guys. This is a disc that my good friend Eric sent me from Texas because he starred in this movie, and he said, do I want a copy? And I said, sure. And then he mailed it out all the way from Texas to Canada. He was in this movie. Definitely not for everyone. It's a Beelzebub production, and it is Boogers of the Antichrist, an occult horror parody. Boogers of the Antichrist, Beelzebub production, lots of violence and nudity in this, but he did sign it right there. Yeah, Phil, love Eric. or he put Love You Phil, Eric Bindle. So Eric Bindle, Horror Man Cave, he was in this movie, a couple of scenes. The Antichrist left this world, but there might remain parts of his incarnation. If so, the unholy relics will bestow power upon whomever discovers them. This DVD also contains the movie Quantum Leap of Faith. Warning, contains nudity, creativity, poetry, metal, and proper grammar. So that is Boogers of the Antichrist, an occult horror parody. This is on DVD only, I believe. So it will go in my DVD section. But thank you so much once again to Eric Bindle, Horror Man Cave, also a member of the Horrorholics. Go sub their YouTube channel. They are live every Saturday or every other Saturday. They also have a Facebook page you can follow, the Horrorholics. Make sure to go do that sometime. Everybody's saying hi to Paul. Paul, are you in the UK? Says David. Paul, yes. Sean Sr., hey, horror fan dad. Paul says, at the moment, yes. David says, which part? Paul says, Birmingham, England. My grandmother, side note, rest her soul, was from Shepherd's Bush. So, Paul, do you know where Shepherd's Bush is? That is where my grandmother came from, rest her soul, all that stuff. Q says, LMAO, Boogers of the Antichrist. David says, the stone stomping ground. Chris Drow. Hello, Phil. Hello, Chris Drow. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. David says, Boogers of the Antichrist. That's a creative title. I agree with that. Chris Drow says, Wargers. Paul says, the fart of evil. Paul says, poop of Satan. Londa Literate has joined in the fun. She says, hi, Phil. Hey, Londa. How are you? Good that you could enter into the fun today, Londa. I haven't seen much from you lately. I will have to give you a shout soon, and we will touch base. Londa says, what a name for a movie. Ew. Don't knock it till you see it. Q's Review says, hi, Londa. Happy face. Paul says, yes, I know where that is. Paul says, in London. Yeah, it's just outside of London. When she lived there, it was just a little small town. I guess Shepherd's Bush has grown considerably in its own little place now. David says, is anyone else seeing the stream buffer? Q says, nope, sorry, DT. Gotta be your Wi-Fi, not my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi's on lockdown. MK Gaming says it's not buffering. David, you can try to refresh the screen if you're watching it on your laptop or the phone. You just close YouTube and open it again, and sometimes that'll fix it. Almost time for an intermission, quick intermission. A quick intermission. 5 more minutes, guys. We'll go on a quick intermission in 5 minutes. All right. I don't know what I'm going to fill the next hour with, though, because I only got 4 more to go. I'm going to leave that and just talk to you guys. It's not buffering. I don't know. It's not buffering. Anyone remember this movie, 976 Evil? I do have that movie. Let me just grab it. N. Where's my N? N for 9. A Blu-ray shout out, 976 Evil on Blu-ray. I love how they made the slip cover kind of weathered on the edges there. Of course, it includes the alternative home video version, which is pretty cool. Revenge is on the line. Stars Evil from Fright Night. And his name is... What is his name? And it was directed by Robert Englund. There's a commentary on here with Robert Englund and Nancy Booth Englund. Alternative home video version. It says, director Robert Freddy Krueger Englund dials up a gothic tale of high-tech horror in 976 Evil. High school underdog Hoax Wilmoth, Stephen Jeffries, that's his name, Fright Night guy, Stephen Jeffries, fills up the idle hours of his seedy little hometowns tending off the local leather-jacketed thugs, avoiding his ever-bearing mother and dreaming of a date with trailer park temptress Susie. But his quietly desperate life takes a terrifying turn when his cousin introduces him to an unusual new hobby, phoning in for his horoscope. Hoax is hooked up with a compellingly hideous demonic force that slowly begins to overtake his entire life, and now there's a more than just a phone bill to pay for anyone who ever dared cross the neighborhood nerd. So there you go. Let's see. Did I reverse it? Is there reversible? No, there's not. So you get to look at the same picture twice. And that is all you get to look at. But that is 976 Evil. Love, love, love that one. I remember growing up watching it. Renting it on VHS, of course, from my local video store. It goes back on the shelf. People mention movies, and I'm always like, ooh, I need to watch that. Londa says, yes, Paul. David says, must only be on my end. Going to disconnect and come back. Paul says, it just popped into my head. Watched it as a kid. Yep, I rented it on VHS all the time. Well, not all the time, but you know what I mean. Anyone watching Channel Zero, I watched season 1 of Channel Zero, and then I bought it on DVD, I believe. But that's all I've watched. Paul says that's cool. Paul says Phil has every movie I think of. And that's 59.5 seconds. So it is time for intermission. We're going to try and give you a different Pennywise today. We'll see if the jack-o'-lantern will... Jack-o'-lantern? Jack in the Box. We'll give you the Jack in the Box today to overlook everything. We'll make sure he's looking fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. 1 hour in. Quick intermission for Philly Phil. And I will return in 3 minutes and 256 seconds. So stay tuned. Have some fun in the chat. and don't leave. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. We'll get Pennywise sitting up where he sits. We'll move that over here. Let me just catch up on the chat here. Paul says Terrifier the Clown versus Pennywise. I'd probably go Pennywise. Paul says Art the Clown. Paul says who you pick. MK Gaming says Art the Clown. Paul says the scene when he saws the girl in half. Damn! That is a good scene. Paul says saws. MK Gaming says LOL. Yup. MK Gaming says and where he spears piss and shit on the walls. MK Gaming says smears. That makes more sense. David says I haven't seen Terrifier, but I like Art the Clown. Q says, I pick Pennywise just because he's a changeling. I would get the upper hand in my opinion, happy face. Paul says, the actor was pretty funny in that role too. Can't wait for the second. Art can't die, it seems. They need to go into his origin. I'd agree to that. Q says, it not I, LOL. Paul says, you need to watch it. David, DTN2 Horror. Heroic Waffles has entered into the live stream. Thank you so much for swinging on by. I will now mod you. You are now a mod for my channel. Thank you so much, Heroic Waffles, for the support. MK Gaming says Terrifier 2 coming out next year. Heroic Waffles. Hey guys, subscribe to my channel if you can. Heroic Waffles. Don't say the word subscribe in the chat, please. Just you can drop your link now that you are a mod. Just go to your channel, hit the three little dots, hit copy or share, copy the link to your channel, and then come back here and post your link in the chat. But yes, everyone go sub to Heroic Waffles. He does amazing Blu-ray hauls, not unlike myself. Q says, done and done, Heroic Waffles, happy face. Heroic Waffles says, awesome guys. Paul says, yeah, Terrifier 2 was delayed. Paul says, was supposed to come out this year. MK Gaming says, damn. Paul says, Phil has a Terrifier head thing. He showed it off last time. Terrifier head. I actually made this out of a mold that I took from another one. So I bought this magnet from some guy. This is the one I actually made. I'll show you guys the actual one. So there's the actual one. There's the one that I made. I did do mine a little bit darker, so he's kind of in shadows. Did a little black wash on him. Kind of did my own riff, but I think it came out pretty good. The original that I bought is signed by the artist. I believe his name is Scott. And it's a magnet. So I took a mold, put in a little resin, came out with that, painted them up really, really nice, and you basically have a little replica of the magnet. I don't know. I was just feeling crafty one day, so I stole someone else's work. I'm a thief. Heroic Waffles says, Phil, what's up? Not much, not much, not much. Q says, I hope it comes out next year, and they do not postpone all these films that already are postponed. I agree with that. Heroic Waffles says, oh, okay, cool. Heroic Waffles says, sorry, no problem. Wanda is back, and she says, what did I miss? I had you going in the background. I'm at work. You didn't miss much. Go sub to Heroic Waffles there, Londa. That is what you need to do. His link is right under your chat. MK Gaming says that's dope. Paul says I would wear that mask on Halloween. Heroic Waffle says that's awesome. Robbie Richards says cool Phil. Actually, he says cool Phil. Then he says Phil. Sean Sr. says they are cool. David says subscribe to Heroic Waffles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Paul drops his link. Everyone go support Paul Phoenix. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to you, Paul, but let's just make sure. I am now subscribed to you, Paul. Oh, you dropped a link to Immortal Masks. This guy with a Terrifier mask. So I'm now subscribed to Immortal Masks. Thank you, Paul, for that. Londa says, okay, on my way. Paul says, I had a channel with lots of subs, but I got banned for trolling chats. Paul, please don't do that in my chat. Paul says, I made this one about 2 years ago. MK Gaming says, LOL. Q's Reviews says, I just subbed. Yeah, Immortal Masks looks like a good channel, has over 11K subscribers, so they're doing quite fine. And Paul, by the way, I looked up Paul Phoenix and typed in channel, and the first channel that is titled Paul Phoenix is a horror channel, and he has 175K subscribers. So I'm probably going to end up subscribing to that channel as well, because he is definitely doing something right. MK Gaming says, LOL. Q's Review says, I just sub. Paul says, my first channel, and I from the start of YouTube 2006. Londa says, I visited Waffles' channel. It won't let me hit the notification bell. I had that problem too. Something about his settings with if it's for children or not. I don't know what's going on there, but I was finally able to hit the notification bell on his channel. Paul says had. Paul says Paul Phoenix is a game character from Tekken. Paul Phoenix says my real name is Paul, though. Okay, well, Paul Phoenix has a channel on YouTube with 175K subscribers, which is a whole hell of a lot. And he only has 124 videos. It's Paul Phoenix. His channel is called House of Phoenix. 175K subscribers. And now he has 175.01 subscribers because I just subscribed. Your real name is Paul. Next, we have the new collector's edition of Ghost Ship from Scream Factory. Slipping out of the slip cover. Is that why they call it a slip cover? A slip cover? Because the Blu-rays always slip out. Finders keepers. Any abandoned ship floating in international waters can be claimed and towed to port by whomever is fortunate enough to find it, or in this case, of one team of salvage experts unfortunate enough. In this stylish effects packed chiller from Dark Castle Entertainment, salvagers trained for any situation imaginable come face to horrifying face with the unimaginable after boarding a derelict luxury liner. Juliana Margulies, Gabriel Byrne, Ron Eldard, and Isaiah Washington are among the hands on deck who will confront a seafaring collector of souls. Steve Beck directs this frightful chiller. And do we have the reverse cover art already up? Yes, we do. So that is Ghost Ship, new to Scream Factory. Make sure you upgrade your old DVD of this to the new Blu-ray. The special features on this are amazing. And yeah, Ghost Ship. A fun ride had by all every single time you watch it. True story. The guy main lead in Ghost Ship is in Wrong Turn, I believe. Love that guy. MK Gaming says, I sub Paul. Paul says, thank you. MK Gaming says, you're welcome. Q says, love Ghost Ship. Paul says, love Ghost Ship. MK Gaming says, same. Paul says, actually one of my favorite horror movies, so underrated. I'll agree with that. Londa says, love Ghost Ship. It begins awesome. Yeah, with the dance floor scene. Everyone remembers the dance floor scene. Paul says the ending set up a sequel, but they never made it. Yes, I just watched Ghost Ship after buying the Blu-ray maybe a week and a half ago. So it is definitely fresh in my mind. And that end scene when she's being loaded into the ambulance, she sees the people loading the gold onto a second ship. And the last person holding the gold, or that walks behind the people holding the gold, is the ghost, the guy from Wrong Turn. True story. Next, we have another Lucio Fulci movie. We have Demonia. I wasn't lucky enough to score the slipcover on this. I missed out by about a month because I was asleep at the wheel when this came out. But it is Lucio Fulci's Demonia. And it comes with a slew of special features there. You can see some of the picture quality there. Lucio Fulci's nunsploitation shocker scanned in 4K for the first time ever in what fans consider his latest great film. Godfather 4, Lucio Fulci returns to the startling imagery and blood excesses of his 70s, 80s classics for an unholy saga of demonic nuns and supernatural carnage. When a Canadian archaeologist team begins excavating the ruins of a medieval Sicilian monastery, they will unleash the vengeful vengeance of a crucified coven of satanic sisters with full-on Fulci fury. Brett Halsey, Lino Salam, Christina Angelhart, Al Cliver, and Fulci himself star in this solid horror from a true master, co-written by Piero Regnoli, now scanned in 4K from the original negative, recently discovered in the attic of a Collavecchio convent. That is Demonia by Lucio Fulci, and I'm pretty sure it is just the Blu-ray and some black plastic. But yeah, watch this. I really liked it. It is a good movie, as are a lot of Lucio Fulci movies. Quentin says, also like to thank you, Phil, for joining my gaming live stream the other day. Much appreciated. Happy face, no problem. Q. Paul says that nun always creeped me out. Her eyes, yes. And the little tattoo thing on her forehead. Paul says, what games are you playing at the Q's Reviews? Horrorfan Dad says, okay, I'm back. I had to help my daughter do her homework. So what did I miss? You missed an intermission. You missed Ghost Ship. And you missed Lucio Fulci's Demonia. Q's Review says, have to see Demonia. Sounds awesome. Q's Review says, the Friday the 13th Resident Evil 3 remake and such. Yeah, check out Quentin's channel, the Q's Reviews. He does live streams and puts out awesome content. Paul says, I watched it last night, stuck with me. Yeah, I'm still kind of thinking about it. If you're talking about Demonia. Oh, you watched Host? The Host. I have to watch that if I haven't already. Let us look up The Host. The Host. An opportunity arises for Robert Atkinson, a London banker who risks his bank's money to leave the mundane behind to start a new life. Is that it, Paul? Oh, no, just Host. Didn't sound like it would be it, but let's just check. Host 2020. Yeah, that's the YouTube thing. I watched that. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it, Paul. They're on YouTube, like Zoom call type of deal. That one? Zoom call, live stream, YouTube. It was very well done. So the backstory of The Host is they actually shot it during the shutdown when pretty much everyone was just talking to everyone else via Zoom calls and live streams and stuff like that. So it was shot for little to no money, and yeah, I think they did a really good job of making a movie via Zoom. Pretty cool. Next up, we do have a movie that I believe I showed off on a previous live stream, but I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure I did, but I'm going to show it off again because it's freaking awesome. And this is Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws from Severin. New tear surfaces. You have the Jaws 5 logo there. Cruel Jaws. They did a slipcover where they call it Jaws 5. It is called Jaws 5, I believe, in Italy to gain some traction from the success of the Jaws franchise. He defied all laws of good taste and international copyright with shocking dark and robo-war. He reset the bar for batshit crazy Italio horror with Rats, Night of Terror, and Hell of the Living Dead. And in 1995, legendary director Bruno Mattei, here as William Snyder, stunned the civilized world with this ultimate sharksploitation saga that liberally borrows characters, plot, and footage from Joe D'Amato's Deep Blood and Enzo G. Castorelli's The Last Shark, and that's just to the tip of one very litigious film. Filmed in South Florida with a cast of now ashamed unknowns that includes a Hulk Hogan lookalike, experience the epitome of outrageous thievery cinema, actually released in some countries as Jaws 5, now remastered, uncut in HD for the first time ever. And you have just the disc and some shiny black plastic. But yeah, guys, that's Jaws 5. If you want a fun, low-budget Jaws ripoff, check it out. It's going to look good on the shelf next to Jaws the Revenge, for sure it will. Jaws 5, Cruel Jaws. Jaws 5, is anyone bored yet? Q's Reviews says, really got to see Jaws 5, aka Cruel Jaws. It might end up in one of my short stories. I believe it is free on YouTube. Cruel Jaws, full movie. Is this actually it? Yes, so it's on a YouTube channel called Film and Clips. Cruel Jaws HD full movie by Film and Clips. Paul, there is actually a movie already called Ghost Shark. So Ghost Shark is already taken. Horror Fan Dad says, I got lucky today. I went to Goodwill to look for horror movies, but I ended up buying Back to the Future series for only $2. That's amazing. Paul says Sharknado. Quentin says, Sweet Ricky, love Back to the Future. I have a lot of videos of Back to the Future trilogy and even the ride, LOL. Paul says, I just Googled Ghost Shark if there was a movie and found one. Yes, there is. Ghost Shark. It's not a good movie. Quentin says, awesome, Phil. I will have to watch that soon. I have Back to the Future Yahtzee. I do have the Black to the Future, or Black to the Future? That'd be a different movie. Back to the Future series on Blu-ray, the trilogy, so I'm good for Back to the Future. This comes with a pencil. And it comes with 5 yellow and black Yahtzee dice. And it comes with your basic Yahtzee score pad. And it comes with your basic Yahtzee instructions. But in the back, it does come with a little battery compartment with a switch. And when you flip the switch, I will turn some lights out here just to get hopefully a better effect. Maybe it doesn't even work. I don't have, oh, there we go. So the idea is whenever you roll the dice, the time circuits light up, the flux capacitor, as you will. So cool little Back to the Future tie-in, Yahtzee, yada yada. Everybody knows Yahtzee. And the back just goes on like that. Looks cool on the shelf. A little flux capacitor replica, I guess you'd say, of the Yahtzee. MK says, be right back, smoke break. Quentin says, have not seen the new Host film yet. You should see it. Paul says, no, just Host. I'm way up in the chat here. Jay, Michael, Olivia has entered into the fun. Thank you so much for joining, Jay. I got the Back to the Future trilogy on 4K with the hoverboard. That's amazing. Paul says flux capacitor. Quentin says, I got the awesome trilogy box set that comes with the complete animated series 2 seasons. That's amazing as well. Where's my Back to the Future? I just have the standalone. Old school standalone Back to the Future trilogy. Folds out like thusly. You got 6 discs, DVD and Blu-ray, I believe. So, I mean, a series that I have on Blu-ray, really don't need to upgrade it for any extras or anything. If that makes sense. Quentin says, I still got to get the Blu-rays version, LOL. Paul says, anytime travel horror movies, yes. Time travel. There's a French movie called, what's that French movie called? French? It's called Time Crimes. Time Crimes. So yeah, I highly recommend Time Crimes. It is dubbed in English. You can watch an English version of Time Crimes. You know of Time Crimes? Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I find the first Terminator kind of horror, says Quentin. I would agree with that. There's another time travel movie with the dad from Shaun of the Dead. It's not a horror movie, it's more of like a comedy romance type of deal. Time travel. About time. So it's like a time travel romance movie. Every time he goes into this certain closet, he appears in a new time. Really, really fun movie. I love the dad from Shaun of the Dead. I don't remember his name offhand, but he is in it. And the lead is in a lot of stuff that I've seen. It's about time. Kind of a comedy romance time traveling movie, but a lot of fun. Quentin says Army of Darkness is fun. I would definitely agree with that. I still, to this day, have all 6 of my Army of Darkness reaction figures ready to be opened for a $20 super chat. Hasn't happened yet, but I will open all these for a $20 super chat. And personally, I think it would be fun to play with them, play with their accessories, put the guns in the holsters, put the guns in the hands, put the shields in the guys, and yeah. So they are pretty much always on the line for a $20 super chat or more. So if anyone wants to see those open today, I'll do it right now for a $20 super chat. Paul says, I just Googled time travel horror movies and The Endless came up. I don't know if that's horror, but I was about to watch it a few weeks back. The Endless. I'd make stop motion videos for a $20 super chat at this point. The Endless. As kids, they escaped a UFO death cult. Now 2 adult brothers seek answers after an old videotape surfaces and brings them back to where they began. Ooh, I'm going to take a screenshot of that one. Her Eyes on Level is new to the channel, I think. Everyone check out Quantum Eraser channel. He will show anyone on the fence what with flat earth that it is so. Ooh, flat earthers. Paul Phoenix coming in with a $20 soup. Super chat. Thank you so much, Paul. $20. He says, do it. It's going to get done now, guys. Quentin says, boom. Quentin says, very nice, Paul. Paul says, hood rich. Londa says, hmm? 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 All right, let's get these puppies open. Let's get them open, people. Let's open just Medieval Ash first. Actually, you know what, guys? I'm going to pause this, and I'm just going to crank out this last Blu-ray before, just so this pile is done. This is Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. This is an upgrade to Blu-ray from DVD. And it says, from master storyteller Stephen King comes his most terror-filled tale yet. When an abandoned textile mill is reopened, several employees meet mysterious deaths. The link between the killings is the hour. All occurred between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m., the graveyard shift. The sadistic mill foreman has chosen a group to clean up the mill's rat-infested basement. But what the workers find is a subterranean maze of tunnels leading to the cemetery and an unimaginable horror that comes alive in the dead of night. That is Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, an upgrade from my old DVD. So glad to have that one finally on Blu-ray. Quentin says, do you know how to run the Pika? LOL. Love how the boss talks in Graveyard Shift. And Char says, yesterday was the 5th anniversary since Marty McFly came to the year 2015. I was aware of that. I shared that out to some of my friends yesterday. What is stopping this? Am I at the top? I guess I'm at the top, guys. All right. First off, we have Medieval Ash. So you can see he has the gauntlet hand. What is the best way to do this? When I think about you, I cut myself. Oh, I don't want to cut anybody else. No, 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 no. So, we got a figureless card now, a figureless card. And call me crazy, but I am just probably going to chuck these cards in the garbage. Because I don't care about the artwork. I don't care about no cards. When I think about you, I cut myself. Oh, I don't want to cut anybody else. No, no, no cutting, no cutting. Ooh, the Necronomicon looks cool. Look at the teensy-weensy little Necronomicon. Very nice detail. Look at that nail that needs to be cleaned bad. But there you go, guys. Little Necronomicon Ex Mortis, also known as the Book of the Dead. And then you have a little Ash action figure. His head does have 360-degree rotation. His arms are both articulated. His legs are both articulated. So you can have sitting Ash. I do like the movie Teeth, by the way, Paul. Quentin says I would keep the cards, has awesome artwork. I might just cut out, I don't know what I'll do. I might keep them. Let's see if we can put the Book of the Dead in Ash's hand. I don't think it's meant to go in that hand. I think it's meant to go in the gauntlet hand. Maybe it is meant to go in that. Maybe it's not meant to go in any hand, but there we go. That looks pretty cool. He's like, hey, I was wondering if I could check this book out of your local library, please. It was in the end section. Bible salesman, head, full rotation. He's Exorcist Ash. But yeah, you got the Gauntlet hand, you got the Necronomicon, you got Ash, you got Shop Smart, Shop S Smart. You got him standing very well. He will look good up on a shelf. I will probably display these because I am crazy. But yeah, cute little Ash. Very nice. Very nice. We will set him there. Londa says, teeth, ding-dongs, beware. I agree with that. That's freaking awesome holding the Necronomicon. I agree with that. How about some Evil Dead voices with this playtime? Shop Smart. Shop S Smart. I can't do a good Ash. But we'll see where it goes. Next, we'll open the similar Ash with Chainsaw Hand. He is called Hero Ash. And he comes with his boomstick, I believe. So you have a very little tiny boomstick that looks like that. Not much detail, just you can tell it's supposed to be a gun. And then you have Hero Ash with chainsaw for hand. Yeah, the 18-inch Talking Ash. I do not have that. There he has his gun and his chainsaw. He is ready for action. You can put his chainsaw up. Which one should I take with my ensemble today? This chainsaw or this boomstick? So there is Hero Ash, and he stands really good, even with his arms out front, which is surprising. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Nice. Comes with boomstick and chainsaw hand. Love it. Thank you. Paul says, I don't collect figures anymore. They're not on display. Paul says, I didn't have a big collection, but I had the Ash with the material clothing and Army of Darkness Evil Ash. That's amazing. Quentin says, both, just never know. LOL. And I almost missed this guy's boomstick. I'm glad that I looked because it is taped to the side, or he would have been boomstickless. And this one is Two-Headed Ash, where evil Ash is breaking out of good Ash. He also comes with the Gauntlet Hand and Boomstick. I want the Gauntlet Hand. I want the Boomstick. Oh, I want the Boomstick. All right, give me the Gauntlet Hand. That is Two-Headed Ash. Too bad they didn't make the holster usable for the gun. So therefore, Two-Headed Ash is forced to hold the gun. Once again, stands really good on its own, even with the gun out front. So I'm liking these reaction figures, actually. They're standing up nice and good. Londa says, how long have you been collecting? I've collected since I was 15 years old. I am now 47 years old, so that would be 30, 15, 25, 35, 45, 32 years of collecting. I'm getting so old now, I'm just collecting dust. Paul says, little goody two shoes. Yeah, little goody two shoes. Little goody two shoes. Little goody two shoes. Quentin says, really like the look of Two-Headed Ash. Matthew says, sweet. Thank you for entering into the fun today, Matthew. I appreciate your presence here. And on your next chat, you will get a big surprise. Ant has entered into the stream. He says, hey, Phil. Sean Sr. says, nice. Paul says, I collect boogers. Paul says, a wall of boogers. Londa says, ew, Paul. Don't collect your boogers. Next, we're going to open the Deadite Scout with Shield and Sword. I believe there's a sword in there. Yep, taped to the side. I'm just going to try and do this like this, and we'll just go down like this, and we'll pry this off like this. Continue along like this, and you got yourself a little figure. You won! You won a figure! And we'll just get all of this out of here. And he feels very, very, very fragile. But it is the little Deadite skeleton. Deadite Scout, he is called. He stands very well, surprising. And his arm does move. Let me just try and get this on here. So he is now holding his shield. He has his sword. There you go. Deadite Scout. Really good detail in these reaction figures. I'm pretty impressed with them out of box, actually. And this guy stands pretty well. Yep. You have to tip his body back a bit to get him to stand, but yeah, once you're balanced, he's not going anywhere. So that is very cool. I'm saving my favorite for last. Next, we have Evil Ash. With sword. Evil Ash with sword. Put the sword in his hand already. Nice coloring on his uniform. Really good detailing in his bone helmet. Holds the sword very good. Let's check for standability. He stands perfectly fine on his own. So that is Evil Ash. Amazing detail in such a small figure. I totally agree with Paul. Thank you so much for your super chat. So I could finally open these. I really do appreciate it, Paul. But yeah, great detailing in the helmet. Very nice. Very, very nice. Stands perfect. Last but not least, my favorite of the bunch. Just because I love this creature, I guess you'd say, and it's the heaviest, the biggest. It is the Pit Witch. So if you remember when Ash falls down the well or gets pushed down the well by one of the soldiers, this Pit Witch breaks out of one of the walls to attack him. She is a horrible deadite. Almost looks like she has a butt on her head, but it is just grotesque growths of being a deadite for so long. Her face deformed and almost melting off. Cold, dead white eyes, a gaping mouth to bite your soul. Nice little dress there. You got some feet, you got some shackles. And it doesn't stand. Oh, you can move it. Both, okay, the cool thing about this one, guys, is like that it looks like a dress, but her legs are totally articulated, so you can split the dress and have her doing a one-legged kick up. But that should help for her standability once you get her balanced right, which is perfect right there. Standing so good, just flat on a surface, not going to fall over or do anything weird. So yeah. I highly recommend the 6 brand new Reaction Army of Darkness figures. Thank you so much once again, Paul Phoenix, for that $20 super chat to get these figures out of their cell. Amazing detail. Quentin says, now that's a freaking awesome Evil Ash. Paul says, you demand, Phil. No. You demand. Paul says, first figure I've seen of that one. Q says, hell yeah, the Pit Witch. Paul says, looks like my girlfriend before she does her makeup. Understandable. Londa says, Paul, you're bad. Paul says, eh. Londa says, LOL. DTN24 says, nice. So we will once again go through and review. You have the Pit Witch from Army of Darkness. This is the brand new Reaction figure. Next, you have Two-Headed Ash with Boomstick and Gauntlet. You have Evil Ash with Sword. You have Hero Ash with Chainsaw and Boomstick. You have Deadite Scout with Shield and Spear. And you have Ash with Necronomicon and Gauntlet. The Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead. Josh Fulci Fan 101, thanks for swinging by. I appreciate your presence. We're almost done with this live stream, but thank you for popping by. He says, hey Phil, hello peoples. Sean Sr. says, yeah, they are awesome. I agree. Paul says, and how much was this set again? How much was this set? This set cost me to buy $89.94 times 1.13 tax, $101, which is in the States money. In the States, it cost me $76. And in London, England, $58.77 in pounds. 58 pounds. I will review the Blu-ray pickups one more time, Josh, just for the late arrivals. 158. I did open my Army of Darkness figures due to a $20 super chat from my good friend Paul. Sean Sr. says, gotta go. Everyone take care. Awesome stream, Phil. Thanks. Josh says, hey. Quentin says, take care, Sean. Quick review on the Blu-ray rundown. Graveyard Shift. Jaws 5, believe I showed this one off in a prior stream. Lucio Fulci's Demonia. Lucio Fulci's Demonia. Scream Factory Collector's Edition of Ghost Ship with slipcover. DVD I got in the mail from my good friend Eric Bindle over at Horror Man Cave. He was in this movie, Boogers of the Antichrist. New from Kino Lorber, Deep Star 6. An arrow pickup with slip of Don't Torture a Duckling from Lucio Fulci. 40% off sale at my local store. New Scream Factory double disc of Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell, John Carpenter. Standalone doc, Terror in the Isles, comes with the television cut as well, plus new commentary and interviews. It's also a bonus on the Halloween 2 anniversary disc, I believe. Don't Go to the Reunion, limited to 200, and I have number 22. Don't Go to the Reunion. And first of all, we had Creature from the Black Lagoon, thanks to my good friend Joseph over at Your Geeky Neighbor. So go check out those channels, guys. Thanks once again to Paul Phoenix for the super chat that got the ashes out of their plastic cells. Ants watching Graveyard Shift as we speak. Josh says it's a fun movie. Paul says tonight's movie, The House That Dripped Blood, 1971. I like that movie. Matthew says, Phil, sorry I missed most of the stream. That's okay. You can always watch the replay. Hopefully it'll be posted to my channel within a half an hour. Josh says, me too, Phil. Paul says, now they will attack you in your sleep, Phil. Probably. Matthew says, but thanks for making my day. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Matthew Clapmeyer is an awesome dude. Gotta give a big thumbs up to my man, Matthew. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Paul says, like the mini ashes attacking us. Yeah. Or attacking Ash. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks to all the super chatters. Thanks to all my subscribers, new and old. I am 30 subs away from 2,000 subscribers, which is mind-blowing. Like, mind-blowing. I'll see you in the next one, says Paul. Londa says, thanks to all my subs, new and old, for supporting my channel and for what I do in the horror community. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks to everyone that took time in the chat today and for taking part in my live stream. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Josh says stay safe. David says have a good day. MK Gaming says see you later. Paul says see you on the next one. If you like great horror content and you're not already subbed to my channel, please hit the red subscribe button, hit the bell notification to be notified every time I go live or drop a new video. There might be another new video on my channel today. I am expecting a special package, so stay tuned for that. David, I still need to do your tag video. That is in my list of things to do. I still have a few days before the deadline, so I will try and get to that at some point. If you like this video, hit the like button, and I hope everyone out there, whether you're watching or not, has a safe and happy rest of Thursday. Take care, everyone, and yeah. That's my time. Thanks for yours. Have a great day, guys. Peace!